Welcome back, everyone, to another Rocket League NACE match.
Dude, I'm excited. We originally weren't going to stream this because we had to reschedule because actually kind of going a little bit into tonight's matchup, we won't have Adam tonight because he wasn't able to make it. So we asked for a reschedule, and unfortunately, it didn't work for Blinn as well, and so we are defaulting back to tonight. And so you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, number one, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Yep.
We're not wearing green because we want to be professional, but if you can't tell, we do have a green screen.
We do, yep.
We're
So
definitely
we got lots of green here in the studio.
We're definitely not in the arena. That'd be kind of cool, but
that would be fun.
But yes, for tonight's matchup, it's a pretty good match, especially for Idaho State. If we win tonight's match, we are guaranteed a spot in the NACE playoffs that'll happen in 2 weeks. So not next week, but in 2 weeks, and going up against. Okay, never mind. We're very uncertain on that. We'll get back to you later on that. But like you said, we don't have Adam, so we have 2 GC3s, and we're discussing bringing in Cesium, if that's correct, right?
Yeah, Cesium is the player who we have chosen to bring in, which for those of you who were here last season, he was with us. And so they've had a little bit of playing time together. We've definitely worked well with them. I think last time we faced Blinn, we actually did beat them with Cesium.
Yeah, and Cesium has actually grown, if I'm correct, like 3 rankings. He's champ 3 now, if I'm correct. So he's almost grand champ, which is pretty cool to see that growth from him. And then looking at Blinn, they do have 3 grand champ 2s, but from what I heard through the Rocket League team is a couple of them, that was their peak, and they're not even that now. So very wide open, but it should look good looking at the similar opponents. Sorry, that's what I was trying to say. When Blinn played LU, or Lubbock University, if I'm correct, they lost 3-2. Meanwhile, when we had Adam, we ended up beating them 3-0. We both lost to LCU 0-3, but we ended up both beating TSU 3-0. Very similar. Last week, Blinn did play the Mavericks. They ended up losing 3-0. When we had Adam, we were able to beat the Mavericks 3-1. So it's a little bit of back and forth. It will be interesting to see, though, now that we don't have Adam.
Yeah, and so the dynamic will definitely be a little bit different because, I mean, when you're going into competitions and stuff like this, Adam, Jai, and Emery are the ones who play for us. And they work so well together. They've been practicing all the time. They get ready. And so throwing Cesium into the mix, they've played together before, so they know their play styles, but it's a little bit different, and I feel like it could be a little bit jarring sometimes, especially if through the entire season you've played as like your trio, and then you have to swap it up for the last match.
Well, I think we're getting into it, actually. So that'll be very interesting. We're just going to hop right in and watch this first match. Once again, best of 5, so first to win 3 matches, 5 minutes, highest score wins.
So it looks like ISU had the kickoff initially, and it looks like we might have a little bit of a run here. It does go onto Blinn's side. EJ with a great stall center, possibly looking for a teammate. Unfortunately, Cesium just a little too far back, but I honestly respect that, though, making sure that mid-zone is covered. And so now ISU on the attack, trying to punch at center field. Not quite enough. Cesium is up. He does get a good stall across the net, unfortunately, but Ultramag is there to save it. Once again, we do have man back. EJ with a possible pass. What a beautiful look by Cesium. Wow, what a great assist there.
Cesium came in, was able to get a relatively good save, get it off the net, and quick pass. What a redirect right there.
Wow,
off the post to and in. Very good start for ISU, going up 1-0, barely 35 seconds into the match.
So it looks like the ball does go our direction, but Ultramag is able to attack this one. He does stall it a little bit, trying to play some tricks here. That was a very close look, but a great save by JST.
I mean, he was able to control that. Looked like he was just going to try to carry it in, and then he gets a flick towards the left corner. I was not expecting that, so very impressive from Ultramag. ISU back on defense now, trying to get a quick transition. EJ stalls it up center. Cesium going for it, unfortunately doesn't get the touch, and your boy gets a save off of that.
Looks like EJ almost had that one between the 2 defenders, unfortunately just barely not fast enough. So now, once again, kind of stalled in the corner in Blinn's side. Ultramag just barely off on his aerial. Luckily, EJ is able to stall that one. Does he get a second touch? He does. Cesium's there. That was Ultramag. Wow, what a great shot there from Ultramag.
I didn't even see Ultramag come in. I saw EJ go up, and I was like, oh, that shot's not going to be fast enough. Ultramag comes flying in and just punches it into the bottom left corner. I didn't even see him. That was very impressive and good communication and reaction time for ISU right there to go up 2-0.
So once again, kickoff stalls pretty center. EJ possibly looking for a bump here. He actually does peel off since Blinn is able to stall that one a little bit more center. He is our man back. He does gain a little bit control. He has a decent amount of boost. It's a pass center to Ultramag, unfortunately just off that right
you
post.
You could hear that post. That's a little bit agonizing right there. I do love that they added the post sound effect. That was in the second to last update, if I'm correct. But it still haunts me to this day every time.
I know. It's a great noise. But at the same time, it is the most heart-wrenching noise, especially if you're the person taking a shot on the goal there.
Oh,
ooh,
you
good
can
flip
see
reset
the flip
by
reset.
EJ.
That is one of the new implementations to this update they recently added is just that tiny little highlight underneath the car when you do get a successful flip reset.
Oh, great
And that's
pass.
also just a successful goal for ISU right there.
Unfortunately for Blinn, I think they were kind of transitioning, hoping for a big pass. I mean, there was that demo earlier on. And
all three of ISU was there.
Going in to attack that one. What a beautiful shot there. Wow.
I mean, not only was it, wow, we got an open goal, all three of us could have scored that.
That's
it's kind of a statement right there for ISU. We'll see if they can hold on to it. It is still plenty of time left in this game for Blinn to try to make a comeback here. They're down 3-0 right at the halfway marker.
So it looks like Cesium might be able to attack this one just a little too far off. He does go for a demo, tries for a second one, is just barely off. And so now EJ's got to be the one on attack. It looks like he tried to get a pinch out center, unfortunately just went high. And so now Cesium with a good stall. Ultramag might have enough boost to possibly look for a pass to a teammate. He does, but he's demoed, and it looks like Cesium is the only one alive for ISU. He is able to get a good touch.
Going for it.
He's up. Oh, he almost had that double, but unfortunately was just bumped out of the way.
It was a one-man show, almost an entirely one-man show right there, which would have been very impressive. But good defense on Blinn, just blocking. If it's a one guy going up, you could tell he's going for the double. If you can't get to the ball, just block the guy.
Exactly.
It was a good play right there for Blinn.
That was. So ISU, with 1:40 left, still up 3, still playing aggressive, which I do like to see. We haven't overcommitted. Granted, now that I say something, unfortunately that might happen. But it looks like we are in a position to take a good shot, but it looks like Jobbik is able to save that one. Ultramag dodging a demo there. Looks like we might be able to possibly get something off the wall. We do get a demo instead. And so now EJ trying to attack that one. Not quite there. Ultramag is going to take a look, unfortunately just above him. Cesium with a great look center. Possibly stalling for EJ. Now this could be Ultramag. Looks like he's passing it out to EJ, but it looks like Jobbik once again able to save it.
I think that's ya boy, AK.
Oh, your boy. I see. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
I heard you say Jobbik, and I was like, what? And then I realized what you were saying. But that makes sense. I can understand. Gamer tags are weird, folks.
Yeah, it is definitely one thing that is rough as casters is you have to keep everyone's gamer tags in mind. What a great stall there by Ultramag. Does he have another touch
all
here?
Three.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, it's just barely
wow,
off, but
pass,
EJ is able to get it in.
Absolutely beautiful. That air control from Ultramag is unreal. Being able to get it past all three of them, stall it in the air, and get down enough so then he can go up once again. Wow.
He almost had the shot,
showing.
too. It was just barely off. And, I mean, props to EJ to be there to finish it off, but very impressive right there by Ultramag.
Looks like this could be an open net. Cesium
wow,
able
what
to
a
save that
by
one off
Cesium.
the post. What a great look there. Ooh, close. Looks like EJ possibly going out to this one. Cesium actually is on that back wall. He might be able to get there. Ooh, just barely off. So now Ultramag also off on that one. But as time ticks down, this is going to be ISU's game. We are just going to see if anyone is able to score here last second. Cesium with a good look, just barely off. And we might have another shot here. EJ's up and ready. Unfortunately, just barely hits the bottom.
That was still really close, though.
That was.
I mean, very impressive. Cesium, who we were a little worried about, I mean, balling out immediately, getting MVP for the team. Now, does MVP entirely sum up how the team works. I wouldn't say so as well, but very impressive nevertheless.
So looking at the stats here, it looks like, I mean, ISU 13 shots to 1. That's very impressive. 4 assists.
And if I'm correct, the one shot was saved. So
that is true.
Very impressive right there by ISU. Definitely a good shutout as well. 4-0, great way to start off the series.
Yeah. What a first game. Exactly what ISU needs. Kind of looping back to what we were saying pregame, ISU does need to win this to be able to make it into the tournament for NACE.
So NACE is very weird with a lot of their rules. They're very vague. From what we are aware of, there is a good chance, but it is not confirmed 100%. So just keep up to date with our socials. That's if we win the series. We don't want to call anything yet.
That's true.
So let's focus on the games at hand. I believe that's what we should be doing.
Yes. But overall, the first game, ISU, absolutely flawless play. I didn't see many mistakes that we made, even like coming.
That's why I was like, I don't really know how to nitpick this, because normally I'm like, the kickoffs were a little struggling, or like they were just able to intercept the passes really well. That was very phenomenal play from ISU.
So now Ultramag able to take this one out. Unfortunately, he did kind of stall at center, but luckily, I think we were possibly looking for a pass to EJ. Not quite there, though. We do have 2 men back now.
It was a little sketch.
I did
feel like all 3 of ISU was on the same side, and as soon as it got intercepted, we didn't really have anyone back.
That was close.
So
now,
it was very interesting.
Ultramag
so far,
taking
Blinn
control.
being very good at intercepting aerially so far. They've
That is
hit
true.
all 3.
So ISU has to rotate back to defense once again. It was
When
off that
in.
post, and it is in. Blinn scoring their first goal of the series. That was a great pass from your boy. I'll say it right this time. And JST just barely able to tap that one in.
I mean, yeah, just JT, very good shot. Was able to hit that off the corner of the post and let it roll in. And Blinn taking a strong start to game 2.
Back on ISU side, Cesium does stall it, but it looks like Blinn's able to get it center. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of boost for Cesium at least. We might be going for that one. EJ does stall it to that corner, possibly hoping for another player to get that. Ultramag was there. Does he have a second touch in the air?
My
he does.
Goodness,
What a great
second
touch. But it looks like your boy is able to save that one.
Very impressive. Yeah, ISU, they were really low on boost that entire transition. And so I feel like that's why we weren't super aggressive, trying to play a lot more laid back and just block the shots. While they were getting boost, now you can see we had a decent amount of boost there, trying to put a lot more pressure on. Ooh, good steal right there by Ultramag.
He has it. What a
Slow
great shot
ball.
there, too. Way to use the tires and be able to really slow ball that one. What a great shot.
You could see flashes. He's going up, realizes, just tries to block that corner in case it was a fastball by Ultramag, just trying to get a quick play. Ultramag realizes that, just plays it with his tires, which will slow down the ball, by the way, if you guys did not know. If you hit the ball with your tires, it will slow it down. And he just kind of lets it roll in, which was very impressive. Quick thinking by Ultramag.
Yeah, what a great shot. EJ with a possible another look there.
Goodness,
Man,
EJ.
What a shot there. Pretty much unsavable. I mean, where the defense was on Blinn, I don't think they were expecting that quick of a shot there. And yeah, just barely not able to get that one.
I do think even if he hadn't touched that would have bounced in. It would have been a lot slower. So it might have been a little bit easier for anyone in the back rotations of Blinn to come in last second. But I don't blame him for trying to just block it immediately. It was a very fast ball, well-shot ball as well.
Exactly.
And, oh my goodness, that was an insane shot right there by EJ.
Like
I don't know if you noticed.
Ooh, that was close. Blinn almost had that double off the wall, but EJ, with little boost, has control. He gets a great flick, but it looks like Flashes is able to save that one. It is stalled center. Ultramag almost there. Unfortunately, just a little too high on his touch. And so now EJ has a look. Is Ultramag there? He was definitely close. He wanted that. Unfortunately, I think he was just off. I'm not sure if it was a fake or if he was just trying to get close to that one.
Yeah,
what a
that
save by
was really
Cesium,
good.
though.
ISU was able to create a lot of pressure, but I don't know if you noticed, Blinn started to crack at it after they were able to demo Cesium, who was in rotation to be back. It forced Ultramag to then go out of his way, get back on rotation, and luckily was able to get a nice
Stalled
save for
center.
ISU.
EJ almost had that one. A really close look there. Punching it off to that right side. He does stall center. I think looking for a teammate. Unfortunately, we are kind of boost starved, and so having to rotate back to get boost. Ultramag in a position to possibly attack this, but it looks like Cesium went instead. I like that. He was the man back, but at the same time, I feel like Ultramag was in a position where he could have gotten back if
Ultramag was
needed.
also low on boost.
That's
I
true.
think, the main problem. Cesium, I don't know if they had full communication or they were just that aware of each other's boost, but Cesium ended up going in aerially, tried to attack the ball. I did actually like that a lot more, just because while Ultramag was probably in a better position, he didn't have any boost. It wouldn't have been as well of an attack.
That's great. Yeah, I definitely think boost management is something that really can make or break matches, and I feel like ISU, we've definitely been low on boost, but we've used enough in the spots that we need it. I mean, just look at that air control from Ultramag.
Yeah, we've been very good on our boost consumption, but we've been low on boost.
Yes. And so, luckily, we've been able to kind of rotate, kind of keep Blinn also starved too. I don't know if you've noticed, but most of them are pretty low on boost as well. And so now ISU having a chance to go for another shot. Ultramag with some insane air control. He is feeling it tonight.
Yeah, both sides of the ball have been playing really good. I think ISU, their passing plays have been very good, and we've been very dynamic on, like you said, with our aerials. But I do like Blinn's aerial defense. They've been getting to the ball instead of attacking the people in the air, and sometimes they have been beaten, but that's just the way it is, especially when you're on defense.
Exactly. Good touch there by Ultramag, stalling it in the corner. Does EJ have? He was close, just barely not able to get that one. So once again, heading back towards ISU's side. That's a good look there.
And it's
wow,
in.
what a shot by
Flashes
Flashes.
ties it up. That was a long, I think it was almost 3 minutes long of an unscoreless 2 minutes and 50 seconds. I was right. I didn't even look at that. I just guessed. I kind of had a sense for that. It was a very long play, back and forth. ISU was able to create a lot of pressure, but just weren't able to get back on defense in time. And Blinn showing out
gosh, what a
last
shot
second
by
to tie
EJ.
it up.
That was insane. So it is a tie game. Just about 30 seconds left on the clock. It could push it to an overtime game too, which would be a lot of fun to watch. But ISU trying to prevent that from happening. Still taking shots on net. Officially 30 seconds left.
Cesium really
just
close
not
on
there.
that. It is stalled up, though. Do we see Ultramag? Unfortunately, no.
close.
Flashes was able to beat him up to the ball. We'll see if EJ
Good
can make a
by
save.
EJ.
That would have been close. Remember, even if it's the next goal to win, especially with 10 seconds left, even going into overtime. Next goal to win wins the game.
Oh, good stall
clear.
center. Is Ultramag there? He does have enough boost to control it. Great flick. Do we have a teammate there? Unfortunately, no. It is going to touch the ground, bring us to overtime.
I did like Ultramag going for the demo after that, too, instead of trying to go for a double tap, just trying to get rid of the goalie in case anyone was back for his team.
Yeah, good look there. Looks like Cesium going for a couple bumps on their goalie. I do like that. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough.
Oh,
Not
my
quite.
goodness,
Just
JT, what a save.
Wow. Absolutely beautiful. We do have to get back.
We
Unfortunately.
do have 2 back, though. I think we'll be fine. I should not be speaking those words out of my mouth. We know
Ultramag
the
with a
caster
good
curse
stall,
is
though.
quite real. Oh, that's a
EJ
really
with
good
a good
play.
look. That was
What
very
a
close.
pass.
Man, ISU is
Cesium.
feeling their
Oh, my
passing game, but
goodness.
luckily for Blinn, they're also doing a very good job at reading it and knowing when their plays are starting to develop.
That's what I've been saying. They've been very good aerial on disrupting a lot of those passes, and then so far, their defense stepped up a notch, especially for
EJ
this
with
game.
a great look. Unfortunately, I think it was just a little bit too wide. So now just over a minute in overtime. No one scored yet. On ISU's side, definitely scary. Cesium does have a good amount of boost,
We did have a
though.
3-minute possession, or 3-minute play with no scoring. So we could be in for a pretty long overtime. EJ trying to transition it out. You can see Ultramag was going
Looks
for
like-
flashes.
oh,
Unfortunately,
close.
not able to get him. That ball is lobbed
Stall
really high
center.
back.
Don't like that, but luckily Ultramag able to read that one very well. Saving enough boost to get a second save there.
Oh my
Wow.
goodness, that was scary.
That was a close one, but luckily Ultramag able to really control his boost usage there.
Oh, wow, Ultramag running into Cesium. You don't see teammates, especially in this high competitive level, run into each other often. That's how you know ISU a little bit shaken. It's a minute and 45 into overtime. Everyone at this point is going to be a little nervous.
Looks like Cesium taking a look here. It's a pass to EJ.
And it's
what
in!
a great shot there by ISU to secure the win. Wow.
I mean, back and forth, really good defense on both sides. And it was just a quick transition that we were able to get a nice steal off of, and then a quick pass and punch it in before anyone can get back. Very good play by ISU.
Wow. Once again, a very close and exciting game for ISU, pushing it to overtime. And what a great pass there right at the end. I feel like the ball possibly would have gone in for Cesium, but I also like...
Because I don't know if you noticed, I think it was just JT who was coming in
He was,
on that
yeah,
right
exactly.
corner.
And so that's what about...
if EJ hadn't redirected or put a little bit more speed behind that, I guarantee you it would have been blocked.
Yeah, so looking at the stats, it was definitely a lot closer on this one. I mean, 2-3. I think that was the final score as well. So all the shots went... Oh, that's goals. Sorry,
yeah,
I was
3-2. I was very confused.
13-8 on shots. Very close.
Definitely pulled out a lot of stops on that one. I really liked their aerial defense. They caused a lot of transitions and were able to get some really good blocks when they needed to, and it allowed for a lot of those shots to go in that we saw.
Yeah. So overall, a very exciting second game. ISU... They're in a position where if they win the next one, they will win the series and have a very good chance of making it to the NACE tournament.
ISU hopes are looking really good, but we saw a huge jump from Blinn in the first game and the second game. They were able to read a lot more of our plays, kind of get a feel of the players. And so I am very excited to see this third game to see if they can make another step on top of that and maybe secure a win.
Looks like Flash is trying to take control. Ultramag is able to get that one off the wall. EJ is our man back, so he's going to have to rotate, take control of the ball. What a great catch there. Unfortunately, that is going to head close to the net. It is just too far for Blinn to shoot that, though.
Yeah, I mean, even for ISU, I don't know if we were going to be able to get to that. I think it was Ultramag who was back in goal. He didn't have, like, any boost. And so trying to block that was very hard. Very lucky for ISU. It was just a little out of the way for all of Blinn to take a shot.
Well,
but
like
it
could be an open
center.
net. It is up. Looks like Ultramag and Cesium both went for that one. Unfortunately, I think they both went and possibly stalled because they didn't want to attack each other.
I think they kind of psyched each other.
I
like
think that
psyched themselves out.
Yeah, and then looks like just JT able to score that one for Blinn.
I mean, what a good start right here for Blinn. ISU, we did see them come back down 2-1. And then was able to finish the job 3-2 in the last game. So we'll see if they can get anything going here. But so far, Blinn's defense has been pretty swarming. We haven't been able to make much of transition. Oh, my gosh. Did you see that? He almost was able to get the flick.
Yeah. That was a close flick there. EJ with a good save. Stalling out to the corner. Cesium going to attack this one. Unfortunately, not quite on net. But it does give it does bring the ball back to Blinn's side, giving ISU a little bit of possession.
I did really like that play. I don't know if you've noticed. I think it was Flashes who was in mid-zone D trying to block, you know, a nice lob or a nice clear over from ISU. And instead of just trying to play off of it, EJ actually just bumped him in the air just to make sure they can get this clear. And we're able to get it out of the way. And because that was a relatively good transition, now we'll see if ISU can get a good
EJ with a pass
shot
to Ultramag. Ultramag off on that first one. He does get a second
touch
off the defender. What a great shot there by Ultramag.
I mean, yo boy, he couldn't do much else on this. Was able to get up, get a touch, and get the save. Wow. Ultramag just able to get the second tap off of ya boy to put it in the goal. Phenomenal play right there by Ultramag.
Man, absolutely beautiful play. One of the highlights of the night for sure. Flashes is up. EJ taking a look on a save. We do get a clear. That was a close one. Your boy almost able to read that, but luckily for ISU, it was just out. Ultramag, we're getting a great flick. Stalling in the center for Cesium. What a great pass
Ultramag is feeling the ball control today. He almost had that insane flick, was able to get a tap off the wall and off a car for a goal, and then that play right there to get a pass to Cesium. He's balling out in this game alone.
Wow. Yeah, what an impressive showing from ISU. Ultramag definitely the MVP currently. He goes for another flick, even with little to no boost. Oh, he almost had that one, too. He's just off by inches. Okay, Cesium is bumped. Do we have a man back to save this? We do. EJ with a great save.
What a save. I mean, knowing Cesium is just out. He's stuck with no boost and floating down. Once you're in the air, there's no way to drop down unless you want to waste boost. You're just kind of free falling, one would say. And he was just EJ able to cover up and get the save when it was needed most. It's 2-1 with
that was insane. I don't know how we were able to save that one. That was very impressive. Looked almost like an open net because unfortunately Cesium was just off. It looks like two of the Blinn players were taking that shot. Not sure if they were trying to go for a pinch there or if it was just one was faking to throw off the defense, but it does stall to the corner to EJ. Now Ultramag trying to take a look, but it looks like Blinn able to attack that one first. Close off the wall. EJ's got to be careful. He does get a good save.
He was just basically blocking the ball without even touching. He got as close as he could. And, I mean, whew, this game, I'm a little nervous if you can't tell. It's a very good chance, or there's a chance if ISU wins this, they can make the playoffs. And if ISU being up 2-1 with 1 minute and 40 seconds, very close to getting into the NACE tournament finals. Not finals, NACE tournament. Oh my goodness. I'm so nervous, I'm losing my words.
Looks like Ultramag trying to go for that boost. Unfortunately, was not fast enough. That is a close look. EJ able to get on the wall very fast. That was impressive to watch. Oh, just barely didn't get that flip reset. We would have seen that new indicator if we had seen him get that flip reset. Unfortunately,
yep, just a white flash right
off.
underneath the car. And because we didn't get to see it, that means he did. I'm surprised he didn't get the flip reset right there, by the way.
Ultramag has a good look, just a little too far left. EJ is able to read that one. Unfortunately, he was just off. And Cesium is demoed, which I do like that play from Blinn, making sure that we don't have a guy to shoot it. But he does respawn, get a great save. Now Ultramag taking control, possibly punch to Cesium. Cesium stalls center once again, going for a bump on the defenders. Unfortunately, just barely not fast enough.
Yeah, like you said, they did get the demo, and it was a very good play because they didn't have anyone back to shoot. If they were just a little faster or were able to get a little bit more push behind the ball, they might have been able to get a really good shot on goal. They just weren't able to get a quick enough transition to really take advantage of that demo. I think if they had, that could have been a game changer right there. 20 seconds left. Blinn needs a goal to force an overtime.
EJ with a great stall center. He doesn't have much boost. This could just be in. He actually is able to get there. What great speed there from EJ, being able to rush that in. 12 seconds left on the clock. ISU up by 2. I feel like this could be a win at this point.
If you're Blinn, don't even be mad about that. That's all I'm going to say. You have to full press, try to force a goal. You need as much pressure as you can. EJ was just able to get a really good clear, and because you're forcing so much pressure, no one's back to block it. Still a really good shot right there by Blinn, by the way.
That was a very close look. Almost pushing another kickoff, but it looks like as time expires, ISU does officially have the win. Now we'll just see if we can score one more for the road. Ultramag able to stall that one. They do stall it in a position where no one is able to get it. Man, what a great showing from ISU in this series.
Very solid, being able to win all three. They did go into a 2 minute and 45-second overtime, very tight on both sides. But being able to still secure the win through, Blinn was very swarming on their defense, and they were just able to read that very well. And you're still able to come out with the win. It's very impressive.
Yeah, if you look at this, Blinn actually had a lot more offense than ISU. They had 7 shots to our 5, but overall, ISU was able to save a decent amount of them as well. We had 4 saves. Sometimes the shots are calculated a little bit weird in this game, so sometimes you get a shot and, it was over the net and it wouldn't have gone in, but it still gives you shot credit. And so,
or sometimes it'll be a shot and you save it, but it doesn't give you a save.
Exactly. And so the stats are a decent representation, but also not fully. But Blinn did actually, I feel like they had a lot more established offense there.
In that last game, I would 100% agree.
Mm-hmm. But ISU was able to save it and keep control of the ball when they needed to and scored exactly when they needed to as well.
Yeah, it's very, very good game. Mm-hmm. But what I was trying to say is now it's very nice because ISU, the NACE rules are very non-descriptive. Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's a word for that. Undescriptive? Vague. Yeah, that's the word I was thinking of. Not the word I was thinking of, but the word I'm going to use. It's very vague, and so we're not entirely sure if we will make it, but there's a pretty good likelihood that we're going to end up making it into the NACE tournament. And so we're just going to have to say we'll keep you guys updated on the socials. And would you like to list the socials that they can follow us on?
Idaho State Esports on Instagram. You can follow our YouTube if you want to see some of the past videos and see what our regular team looks like for all 3 of them. We also have the Big Sky tournament on there, which you should go watch. That was a very fun stream. All the way to the finals.
But very fun.
But, man, that was a great one. And then, obviously, if you follow Twitch, you'll get notified when we go live once again. So looking forwards into the week, tomorrow I believe we still have Valorant, and then Thursday we have Smash Bros. Once again.
Finally, we're back.
Yeah, we are back for Smash. It's been
3 weeks.
2 or 3 weeks because we've had rescheduling and stuff, but we will be back with Smash Bros. On Thursday, so I'm excited for that
I'm
one.
very excited for that.
And then we are going to take the week off because it will be our spring break, and then after that, NACE is officially over, but our Rocket League team, yes, exactly. So if our Rocket League team makes it, then we will start to stream that, and we will continue that. So like we said, just make sure you keep updated on that.
And then also we do have the Valorant Big Sky tournament, which I believe is April 11th,
That
if
is
I'm
true,
correct.
yes.
So that could be a great game to watch, or a great tournament to watch, depending on, especially with how well our Rocket League and Overwatch teams did during the Big Sky tournament 2 weeks ago?
I believe it was 2.
2 weeks ago. I mean, who knows what Valorant is in for. It'll be very exciting to see.
Yeah, but other than that, I think that's all we have for tonight. So I'm Super Fox.
I'm Scooter.
And we'll see you guys the next one. Have a good one.